This is a problem from section 3.4, similar to your homework problem. Here we have speeds of cars measured with a radar gun, and then they want us to find the 5-number summary and then to draw a box plot with the given data below. So here's our data set. I already put my data set in my calculator. Let's take a look at that. And if we simply go to the 1var stats by hitting stat, calc, and 1var stats, and we're doing a 1var stats on L1, we have our basic descriptive statistics, and the first page has the mean, the standard deviation, and all that, but the second page is a page that has the rest of our information. So here's our 5-number summary. We have the min, the Q1 is 71, the median is 75, that's also known as Q2. Q3 is 78, and then our maximum is 79. So these numbers look like they're fairly close to each other, and so when you do your box plot, it's going to be related to how these numbers are. So since we have our calculator up and going, let's take a look at how to do a box plot. Let's go to stat plot, second function, and y equals. And we want to make sure that all the other plots are off. Let's use plot number 1. Let's go there. So I'm now in plot 1. It's on. I'll scroll down to select the type. I want the type that's a box plot, and I have to use my left and right arrows to navigate through here. So this is my box plot. I'm going to select that by hitting enter, and then my X list is L1, and my frequency should be 1. It's already 1, but if I go there and I see that blinking A here, that's a cursor A, which means alpha, an alpha lock, and if I press number 1, and I'm going to get that Y value. I don't want that. So just to let you know how to find the number, I'm going to hit alpha so that my cursor is no longer a blinking A, but just a blinking black box. And then I'll hit the number 1, and so there's my 1. I'm going to go back to the main screen, second function, and quit. And then I'm going to go to zoom, and then I'm going to scroll down and look for zoom stat. In most calculators, it's the 9th option, so you can just press 9 from the very beginning of zoom, or you can scroll down here and then hit enter when you're highlighting zoom stat. And here's my box plot. So notice that there's a wide space between Q1 and the median, and the minimum and the maximum are over here. If you hit trace, it tells you the numbers, the 5-number summary. So we start off in the middle at 75. That's our 75 that we got from our 1var stats. If we move left, we get the Q1 is 71, and then 70. So notice that there's a small space between 70 and 71, so that gives you a small left tail. And then to go from Q1 to the median is going from 71 to 75, so there's a space of 4 values in there. And then from 75 to 78 is a slightly smaller space, 3, and then another short distance from Q3 to the maximum. So in general, when you're doing this by hand, you can just copy this, but it's also important to mark your values. Let me tell you what I don't want to see. If you're just randomly drawing this, and then you just draw a box like this, that does not indicate any of the features that was shown in our calculator. Okay, so the box has to be a little bit more to scale, and then if you need a number line that has these values, that would actually be good. So if I start off with 70 as the minimum, I know that 70 and 71 is a short distance there. 72, 73, 74, 75, that's your median. 76, 77, 78, and then 79 is your largest value. So if you just draw a number line and try to draw this as even, it's not completely even, but it's more even than what I had in my first drawing. I would mark my minimum and my maximum, I would just go ahead and draw that line connecting those two. And then for the box itself, I would have the Q1 and the Q3 would make a box, and then the last part of this is the median. And so here's my box plot that doesn't look like the generic box plot that I drew earlier, but rather the box plot that's more representative of the data. Okay, so I hope that helps us with our 5-number summary and our box plots.